the start of the final quarter about to get underway in this second division game. And unfortunately, the last 20 minutes of my 80 minutes of fame in the commentary box, although these Bar TV boys have been pressing me hard for recruiting for the rest of the season, unfortunately, I've told them due to my Premier Division coaching commitments, I'll only be able to make a limited number of guest appearances, and they've all sighed a little bit, I'm sure. As we've said, the collective sigh. But I will be back. These guys are a hoot. Do a splendid job for local footy in this community, and I always enjoy watching their replays. As we start the final quarter, and there it goes. I'll even talk so we can hear one of the silly reasons why they're running late today. Oh, that's okay. That's another player. We'll silence that one as we play on quickly. City go forward, and that's a terrific mark. The 73 for City. I'll have a bit of time because he'll deliberately set up for goal, and his number doesn't look like it's actually on the team sheet, which is fairly impressive. Oh, there he is. No, Liam. I can't pronounce your last name, Liam, but it's a terrific jack. Thanks, mate. It's hard work reading these boys. Okay, he's missed it, and I'm sure he'll get a ribbing of the boys later on at the Premier Hotel for that one. Commonwealth now, they've got a new sponsor. I am on absolute fire here. I should have retired at three-quarter time. I might get a couple of these City boys over for some guest interviews shortly. That's a terrific mark there in the back pocket there. Jackson in his 150th. Won't be a result he'd like to remember, but obviously a wonderful thrill to fill that milestone for this great club. City again, they've had all the numbers in this second half around the ball, sharing it around. He's popped it out forward. Munro, the pacey Munro, chases him down, doesn't quite get there, and Ryan Clark, the Rock of Gibraltar, back there at the moment, kicks it, plays on quickly to Jackson, uses his turn of speed. They'll continue down this outer side, I'm sure. They don't have a lot of options, though, Warners Bay. A lot of players standing flat-footed. Billy Ryan will always be an option. He's got a tremendous leap on him, goes up, and just too strong, City today. They have really, really dominated this second half. Loose player. That's young Liam again, that I won't even try and pronounce his last name. Over the left shoulder, is he? No, that's disappointing. At the Commonwealth Hotel, is it, boys? Commonwealth Hotel tonight, he'll be able to tell about the two behinds he's kicked in the final quarter. This has just been dominant from City. They've really surged in this second half. It's really, really blowing out now. We're just checking out the Bar TV scoreboard, proudly sponsored by Bar TV. 81-19. It's a whopping 62 points. I'll get a little plug in for my little business too. M&D Constructions. No job too small. Great home renovators. Come and see us if you need a new deck, pergola, family room turned into a party room, anything you like. 04 3000 1886. I'm getting bombarded with messages here. Very popular man, apparently, today. It's funny, when I'm not coaching, my phone goes silent for years. Here we go. They go forward. Pumps it forward again. There's a loose man all by himself. He's taken a great mark. It's funny, one of the other sides are just asking for some information from me for players' numbers. He'll line up, very deliberate approach for goal he'll have. And this will just increase City's lead. He's put it straight through the middle. There's another one. That's a 68-point lead now, according to my reasonable calculations. They'll come back to the centre of the board, and with 16 minutes of play left, I think Warners Bay will just be searching to put a couple of majors on the board just to get something out of this second half and go into their next game. With the bye next week, I think they've actually got 2 byes in a row, so a little bit of soul searching on the track and I'm sure when they come up next after a great start to the year, they go into the 2 bye rounds, 2-1 by the looks of this stage, and they'll be looking just to keep building on that. Out of the centre, Ryan Cross gets a possession quickly onto the boot. Is this their chance to finally put one on the board this second half? Lead with great pace, breaks away. Even the commentator got excited then. City out wide. They've just had all the answers though. Loose ball at the back. Lead again with that turn of speed. Vo over the top. He's done very well there, Mikey Vo. It was almost a 3-on-1 situation, but he's caused the ball up. Never stops trying. Decisive tap from City. It's further along the boundary line. Jackson couldn't quite get it. He's got it now. He's forced it out. Umpires called the throw in. The umpiring's been tremendous today. These guys don't get enough of a good plug, but think they've been outstanding. And I'm sure that standard will continue right through the day. Comes down to the centre. Good tackling pressure in there by the boys. And we've got another stalemate. Throws it up again. City, a decisive tap forward. They've really killed it in these clearances, and they're going forward. You know, a centering kick here to the big fella Liam. He moves back. Has he got it? No. All the balls come to ground. Still get half a chance. City have got the numbers at the front of the pack. Kick around the corner. No. Unfortunately, in the old language, we call that one a little bit of a shank. It is a good crowd here at Warners Bay today. The Premier Grade boys have actually come down early to support the lower grades, and what's created a real good atmosphere down there. I saw a couple of them sitting down there before. Young Spinksy's unmistakable with that big mop of hair. Bardo, a typical Collingwood supporter, gave me a quick dig about Richmond, even though they got flogged by St Kilda last week. Paul comes out wide. I think that one's out on the full, and that'll give City another opportunity. It's funny how the players react to the footy team that you coach, boys, because I know Josh Nichols, a fanatical Collingwood supporter, but his first game back for the year, he won't be game enough to say anything to me. Well, there we go. Brilliant club stalwart in front of us, James Newburn. Looks a picture of health in the yellow vest. Okay, back to the footy. We've got about 12 and a half minutes remaining in unfortunately what's been a little one-sided since half time. So I said it'll please the Warners Bay coach a little bit if they can just finish this game off and get a couple on the board and just keep the effort up. Fortunately, City have just looked the much fitter side here in the second half and have really run away with this one. It's hard to believe that Warners Bay were actually up and now have a nearly a 11 goal deficit, I think it is, on the Bar TV Harvey Norman scoreboard. And after some of the Channel 7 executives hear this footage today, I'm sure Bruce McAvaney and a couple of boys will be worried about their positions in the commentary box. Look out. City bang on another goal now, and unfortunately, if the fat lady hasn't sung, she's certainly more than cleared her lungs out anyway. I think we can safely say that the result's beyond doubt in this one, boys. Young Connor coming on. It's been a stellar debut for Connor. He can walk away happy with what's been a tremendous effort. It's been a good club performance so far. I've seen some members of the girls team out there running water after what was a really hard hit out for them. They copped a few injuries, so a lot of those girls didn't really get a break, and they're out there running 4 quarters of water in the game straight after, so a terrific effort from them. They'll also be pretty happy to know that there is a strong supply of cider in the canteen, and I'm sure they'll all probably sample one or two of them after this one. Jacko runs around the ball, but it doesn't matter. He's got half an hour to get rid of it. Quick kick to Connor. Oh, it was an ugly old kick. Jacko won't be pleased with that. Probably wasn't the best kick he's ever done in his 150 games. Clark. Oh, he's popped it onto the boot. They could raffle it between them, the Warners Bay players. Unfortunately, we couldn't say that too much in the second half here. Anderson, he's just been starved of opportunity. Bursts through with pace. A kick over the top. Leard punts it forward, uses that big frame, gets in front. Ando's still there. Over to Cross. He'll be better for the run too. Unfortunately, just been out of footy for a little while as well. Great tackle, good pressure. Maybe this is that opportunity that we've all been starving of this half for Warners Bay to get one onto the board. Ground manager James Newburn looks exhausted, going to the water runner for a drink by the looks of things. They kick it long again. Oh, Jackson's out of position. Fortunately, been the story of this second half. Kicks it forward. Punter punches it. City are going to run into an open goal here. He only has to straighten and kick, and he doesn't. So, fortunately for Warners Bay, they've been a little bit inaccurate in this second half too, City. Otherwise, his margin could have been a bit greater. Well, the ball's out to... He's kicked that to absolutely nobody. He has a pot shot from 50. It'll end up about 20 metres out. Ryan Clark, neat use of the body. Great crumbs. Big Liam, I won't even say his last name, passes the ball. Kicked forward by City. It's just gone to the right side of the post, though. And through for yet another minor score. Gee, if some of these other players are smart, if they ask the boys who've kicked points today to buy them a schooner for each one, they'll probably enjoy a reasonable session down there at the Commonwealth Hotel tonight. This has actually been quite enjoyable commentating this, winding down before what I'm in for a fairly hectic afternoon. I'm sure the City boys have won, I think, by an average margin of 120 points in the Premier Road. They've got one bloke on a forward flank, Mitch Crawford. He's kicked nine in each of the first 2 weeks. So keeps going like that, he'll end up with about 180 goals for the year. So. Oh, we nearly had a highlight for Mark of that. There's been a couple of them. It's play on. A bit of push and shove in the goal square. Nothing will be in it. Wow, that really lightened up this. With 7.5 minutes to go in the last quarter, all he had to do was hang on to it. Jackson with the ball now. Passes to Ryan Clark. Quick gathering kick. Fortuitous bounce here. Billy Ryan knocks it forward. Cross has only got to get it over to him. Quick turn of speed by Billy. Hits Anderson at centre half forward. Ugly bounce. Anderson got no one to kick to. Kicks it over the top to the pacey Munro. He grabs the ball now. He was steady now. Kicks it in long. He's looking for Big Will. Ball comes to ground. No one can get it out of there. Cross can't get there. I think he's spent, poor old Ryan Cross. He's plays on quickly. Oh, looks like we've had some technical difficulties over here with the boys from Bar TV. Something that they wouldn't really encounter too much. They kick it forward and a good mark running back with the flow of the ball. Plays on quickly. He only has to straighten up. It's a wobbly old kick, but straight through the high diddle. And the pain continues for Warners Bay. I thought they were going to start filming the commentary box here. I'll have to increase my contractual obligations if they start doing that sort of thing. Munro, after that blistering run down the outer side, he's going to come off for a little bit of a rest. He's on the wing. He can hardly talk, the big fella. Here we go. Bounce down in the centre. Just under 6 minutes to go now. Oh, it looked like a little shove in the back. The umpire didn't see it that way. They play on quickly. Good tussle there. Ryan Clark again. He's been good back there for his first game back. Mikey Vo takes the mark. Oh, looks like one of the water runners has retired. Plays on quickly. Billy Ryan, good hands, Billy. Terrific player. It'd be good to get him back at the club on a full-time basis. Oh, uncontested again. It's been a frustrating second half for the Warners Bay boys. And just evidenced by that play there, Sydney have just run away from a punter, burst out of defence. Oh, you don't think he'll get away with that one. A good attack on the ball. It's unfortunate sometimes you attack the ball like that and no chance to get rid of it, but the rules are the rules. Oh, he's taken another. The number 12 there for City today, he has taken 3 good attempts at mark of the year, and thank God he's got headgear on because he fair dinkum, I thought he was going to knock himself out on the first occasion. He's if he had a good credit card, he would have got a few frequent flyer points today, boys. Luke's looking on my player list, but he's actually one of the players that I don't have a number for, so stellar effort though. We'll call him Bluey for the purposes of today. Not long down to go now. We've got 4 minutes to go. It's been trying conditions here today in the commentary box. Sweltering heat. Anderson deep in defence now. He's moved up the ground just to try and get himself back into the game, but unfortunately with a 84-point margin now, it's too little too late for the Bay side. There'll be a few sore bodies out there today. I think I've seen at least 6 or 7 guys for Warners Bay that I know of that have making their return to senior football after long layoffs, and I dare say Cramp will be playing a factor later this afternoon as City kick through another point. So it's back to the drawing board for Coach Amber and this Div 2 team. They've up into half-time of this game, they pretty much taken all before them, even going in with the lead, and it's hard to think that just sitting on 19 points there that they were actually in front, and it's been a very, very dominant, ominous side by City in this second stanza, second half. Good play there by Connor. He's just attacked the ball. Good work. And we'll have a throw in here on the Seaman Avenue side of the ground. I've always wanted to say that, and it's taken to now. So we've got 2.5 minutes left to play. Anderson to throw the ball in, being on the home side. Big fella can't get rid of it. He's been pinged holding the ball. He might feel a little bit aggrieved there. He struggled to get it out to start with. But like all good players, he's gone back and accepted the umpire's decision. So with less than 2 minutes on the clock now, City may have time to throw one more on the ball. Oh, Connor, courage back there. In his first game, you always like seeing that as a coach. He hasn't faltered. Jackson with the ball out. Billy Ryan can't quite get a handle on it. City with a continued wave forward. Punter misses, has a bit of an air swing. Ryan Clark misses it over the top of the shoulder. And there was that last goal City were looking for, just to really rub salt into the wounds. And with minute 20 seconds remaining, I think a few of the boys out there will be well and truly looking forward to that hooter. City still making the late changes with a minute to go. Always used to love it as a player when your coach put me back on. I thought I'd get a couple of good hit outs, and then as soon as you get on there, the siren sounds. 40 seconds to go before my commentary career just has a slight stall in it until our next instalment. Knowing Jackson, it'd be fitting if he could have one of the last touches in his 150th game, and would have picked up a few Supercoach points too. It was a contested disposal and directly to his own player. City pretty much finished the way they started this half with the ball, and that's out on the full, is it? Who could tell, because we don't have a boundary umpire. 5 seconds to go in what's been all City in this second half. There it goes, and we'll blow the hooter. I thank the Bar TV boys for helping me make my commentary debut today, and I'll see you boys after the game.